All right, today we're diving into something that's coming out of India that you absolutely need on your radar. It's called Doot, and it's a vision for personal AI agents that could completely change how we think about customer interaction, especially in travel. So let's get into it, see how it works, and more importantly, what it means for you.
So everything kicks off with this, a simple question, spoken in Hindi. It translates to, I want to go to Nashik for the Kumbh Mela. What should I do? Seems straightforward, right? Well, that simple voice command hides a ton of complexity. The kind of complexity that most of our current digital platforms just can't handle. And that's exactly the problem Doot is built to solve.
And here's what happens next. That single voice command gets turned into a fully planned end-to-end journey. The entire story we're going to unpack today revolves around this woman, Sitabai, and how this new kind of technology handles every single step of her trip for her. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, first things first. To really get why this is such a big deal, you have to understand who we're solving for, and just how tough her request actually is.
So this is Sitabai. She's 70 years old. She's not super comfortable with technology, she's on a tight budget, and she has some health stuff to manage. She's pre-diabetic. Her goal? A pilgrimage to the Kumbh Mela, which is one of the biggest human gatherings on the entire planet. Honestly, for even the most experienced traveler, this is a logistical beast. For someone like Sitabai, it's basically impossible with the tools we have today. And from a business standpoint, she and millions like her represent a huge, untapped market that's pretty much locked out of the digital travel economy right now.
So, what's the solution for Sitabai? The answer isn't another complicated app she has to learn. No way. The answer is to give her an agent, a digital envoy that does the work for her.
And that's Doot. The name literally means envoy. Now, the best way to think about this is not as another app on your phone. It's more like a personal digital twin. It's this smart agent layer that sits over all the other digital services out there, both from the government and private companies. All the user has to do is say what they want in plain language, and the agent orchestrates everything.
Okay, this is a really important distinction to make. Let's be clear about what Doot is and what it isn't. It is the citizen's representative. Think of it as their legally empowered agent in the digital world. It's rooted in their actual legal identity. But what it's not some government tool, and it's not an autonomous thing running wild. And this is the part that, as an executive, you'll care about most. It is absolutely not a centralized surveillance tool. The whole system is built from the ground up for privacy and user control, which tackles a lot of the big risk and compliance questions right at the start.
Which brings us to probably the most important piece of this whole puzzle, especially when you're thinking about things like liability and security, and doing it all at a massive scale. Let's talk about the trust engine.
So, this isn't just some clever piece of code, it's a full-on techno-legal framework. The core idea here is simple. The agent has zero authority on its own. All of its power is delegated by the citizen, it's limited by legal guardrails, and everything is enforced with cryptography. And as you can see, every single action is designed to be bounded, attributable, and auditable. For anyone in charge of risk management, those three words are everything.
So how do they actually pull this off? Well, it's built on these 5 pillars of trust. First, identity. Every single action is cryptographically signed and tied back to a legal citizen. Second, consent. Permissions are never a blank check, they're temporary, they're specific, and they can be revoked. Third, secure execution. A policy engine checks everything before it happens. Fourth, a human in the loop. For big things like payments, you have to give explicit final approval. And fifth, audit and liability. It's all logged, so there's a clear paper trail for accountability if anything ever goes wrong.
And here's where that all comes to life. In Sitabai's journey, her agent needs to get her a senior discount on a train ticket. Now, instead of sending her driver's license or her actual date of birth, the agent simply provides a cryptographic proof that says, yes, this person is over 60. That's it. It shares the verified claim, not the raw data. That is a massive step forward for privacy.
Okay, so a trusted agent is a fantastic idea. But the big question from a business perspective is how on earth do you scale that to 1 billion people? Well, the answer is you don't start from scratch. You build on what's already there. And in India, that's their Digital Public Infrastructure, or DPI.
And this is so important. This whole system isn't being built out of thin air. It's being built directly on top of India's existing digital highways. These proven, massive-scale systems for identity, payments, and data. We're talking about platforms that are already handling billions of transactions. From an investment and risk perspective, this is a game changer. It de-risks the whole thing. To be specific, it plugs right into things like Aadhaar, which is their national biometric ID system for over 1 billion people. It uses UPI, their instant payments network that does mind-boggling volume every month. And it connects to DigiLocker, a secure digital vault for official documents. Doot is really just the new, smart layer on top of this incredibly solid foundation.
Now, the way they've designed the tech is also really smart. It's what they call a dual agent framework. Basically, you have a small private agent that lives right on your phone. It keeps all your personal stuff safe. But for the really heavy lifting, it can tap into a powerful replica in the cloud. The key is you, the user, always hold the keys. You're always in control.
And this edge-first design, where things happen on the phone first, is brilliant for 3 reasons that any executive will appreciate. First, privacy. Your most sensitive data never leaves your device. That's a huge win for trust and for compliance. Second, resilience. It works even if the network is spotty, which is crucial in a lot of markets. And third, scalability. You're using the computing power that's already in a billion pockets, which dramatically cuts down on the need for massive, centralized server farms. It's just a smarter, more efficient way to build.
Okay, so we've covered the user, the agent, the trust model, and the infrastructure. Let's put it all together now and talk about what this really means for you, for the travel industry. This really is the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? If this agentic system can seamlessly manage a trip this complicated for someone like Sitabai, what could it do for your customers? Think about it. What could it do for the business traveler, the family on vacation, everyone?
What we're looking at is a totally new way of thinking about the traveler experience. This isn't just slightly better marketing. This is true hyper-personalization for every single customer. It means booking becomes radically simple. It means proactive help when a flight gets canceled. It means seamless, secure ID checks at every point in the journey. And ultimately, it opens the door to completely new models for loyalty and service.
So let's just zoom out for a second for the final thought here, because this is bigger than just one project in India, and it's bigger than just the travel industry. What we're really looking at here isn't just a new product, it's a blueprint for the next layer of the internet itself. People are calling it agentic DPI, a new interactive layer built on trust and open standards, not a walled garden controlled by one company. Think about it. We're moving from an internet where we go to websites and apps to an internet where we send out trusted delegates to do things on our behalf. It's a fundamental shift.
And that leaves us with the final and most important question for everyone here today. In a world where every single one of your travelers has a trusted AI agent, what are you going to build? What new services, new efficiencies, and new experiences become possible when you can interact with customers this way? That's the strategic opportunity right in front of us.